Good afternoon. This is Kathleen Drew, Chair of the Energy Facilities Site Evaluation Council, bringing to order today's special meeting. The special meeting is with regard to the High Top and Ostria projects extension request, and you see the agenda in front of you. Ms. Grantham, will you please call the roll?
Yes. Department of Commerce?
Kate Kelly, present.
Department of Ecology?
Eli Levitt, present.
Department of Fish and Wildlife?
Mike Livingston, present.
Department of Natural Resources?
Lenny Young, present.
Utilities and Transportation Commission?
Stacy Brewster, present.
The Assistant Attorney General?
John Thompson, present.
Administrative Law Judge Laura Bradley?
Judge Bradley, present.
For FSEC staff, Sonia Bumpus?
Sonia Bumpus, present.
Amy Hofkemeyer?
Amy Hofkemeyer, present.
Amy Moon? Patty Betts? Stu Henderson?
Stu Henderson here.
Joan Owens?
Joan Owens, present.
Dave Walker?
Dave Walker, present.
Sonia Scavland? Lisa Massengale? Sarah Randolph? Sean Green?
Sean Green, present.
Lance Caputo?
Lance Caputo, present.
John Barnes?
John Barnes, present.
And do we have someone for the Council for the Environment? With that, Chair, there is a quorum for the regular council. Thank you.
Thank you. You see in front of us the proposed agenda with one item on it. If there is any objection, please let me know that that's the agenda. Otherwise, we will move right into the topic in front of us, and we will have an opportunity for public comment before the council votes on this item. So moving forward, Ms. Hofkemeyer, would you like to discuss the item in front of us on the extension request?
Thank you, Chair Drew. In front of you, you'll see the extension. My apologies. In front of you, you will see an extension request from the applicant extending the decision for the council's recommendation to the governor to February 22nd, 2023. The reason for this extension is that the deadline for the recommendation to the governor is 60 days after the council makes its decision on expedited process. But looking at the calendar and noticing that that 60-day deadline would actually fall in the first part of January, the applicant and staff have recognized that we will need a little bit more time to complete the following steps for the conditional use permit meeting and preparing the council's recommendation to the governor ahead of that time frame. So the applicant has submitted this extension request to allow for the remaining work to be completed. Are there any questions to this point?
Are there any questions from council members?
Yeah, Amy, you said to complete the following steps. What are the following steps?
Of course. So we are required to hold the land use meeting, which is different from our land use consistency hearing that was held earlier this year. The following meeting, which was originally scheduled to follow this one, but is currently being rescheduled, will seek input from members of the public on criteria akin to what would be heard during the county's conditional use permit process to determine whether or not it's appropriate to include any recommendations or requirements of the applicant in a site certification agreement to be consistent with those criteria. The staff must also prepare the documents for the recommendation to the governor once the council has directed staff to do so, and we need a little bit of time to do that following the land use meeting.
Thank you.
Any other questions from council members? At this point, I'd be happy to hear if there are any public comments on this issue. Please raise your hand, or if you raise your hand, we will give you 3 minutes to speak. Or let us know in some fashion, either through the chat or by letting us know through your microphone that you would like to comment on this topic. I know we have had it on our site, but we didn't have the usual, it up for the usual amount of time, which is a week, to gather those comments. So again, is there anyone on this call who would like to make a comment to the council on this action item? Council members, I'm looking for discussion. Is there discussion that you would like to have before we vote? Speaking up for myself, I know that both staff and the public have a lot going on at this time of year and heading into the holidays. I think it makes more sense not to rush the meeting for considering what the public might want to bring forward as conditions to make sure we meet the intent of the conditional use in the Yakima County Code as we move forward with any conditions, any that have not yet been put forward by the applicant or through our environmental SEPA process. So it seems to me to be better to take a little more time, make sure the public knows about this opportunity, and to have that meeting in January, which does put us beyond the statutory framework of 60 days following the determination of expedited processing. All those in favor of, well, first, I guess we have to have a motion in front of us. So let's start with that. Is there a motion to approve the request for extension?
Lenny Young, so moved.
Thank you. Second?
Kate Kelly, second.
Thank you. All those in favor of this motion, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion is carried and the extension is granted. Thank you. The special meeting will now be adjourned.